Welcome into Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Today on the show, London must play. It's time for a separation of both parties and be right. Don't worry about being first. Talk about all that next. Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked On Sports Atlanta.
This is Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta. And it starts now.
Welcome into this Thursday edition of Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Head to youtube.com, put Locked On Sports Atlanta in your search browser. Hit that subscribe button. We're headed toward 4,000 subscribers, so we thank you greatly for being a part of that growing community. Leave us a comment about what we talk about. Free and available on all of your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify and Odyssey. Leave us a 5-star review. Download us for free today. And, of course, follow me on my personal Twitter page at JMCH316. A lot of gamesmanship here by the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, and especially regarding Drake London. So yesterday, the Falcons practiced at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and they're trying to, get acclimated, whatever. They want to be better at home. I get it. You know what the record is, by the way, the last 3 years at home? 7-17. Yeah, not good, right? So we talked about this yesterday. This is important. Falcons have to find a way to win. They have to get off on the right foot, and you have to start being good at home and taking care of business in your division, right? All those things that we talked about yesterday. Well, part of that is you need your first-round draft pick on the field on Sunday. And Arthur Smith was, again, very coy about whether or not Drake London was going to play. Now, in the half-hour part of the practice that the media saw, he took part in it. No pads, no nothing like that. Did some drills and stuff like that. So he has practiced Monday and yesterday. The trick will be Friday if you practice, because that'll tell you if he's going to play or not. But then Arthur Smith had his press conference afterward and said, yeah, we'll probably evaluate him and we'll make a decision on Saturday. Okay, let's be honest. They've already got their decision made up, and they have the medicals to probably know and understand. I'm going to assume that he plays. Let me tell you, though, he must play. You look at one of the matchups in this game coming up on Sunday, and that is most likely they put Lattimore on Kyle Pitts, which they did last year in those two games. And Kyle Pitts' numbers, so overall in the two games against the New Orleans Saints, 12 targets, 5 receptions, 70 yards. Now, the yards per reception is pretty good, but the numbers are pretty pedestrian because that's 2 games worth. And against Lattimore himself was 2 catches and 22 yards. So the Saints, who have a very good secondary, we know this, right? With Lattimore and now they've got Honey Badger on, we know they have a good secondary. And they can take guys away, and they took Pitts away from really doing much of anything. 5 for 70s, chicken feed, right, over a 2-game stretch. You need Drake London on Sunday. Not to stretch the field, because that's not what he does, but you need more targets. You need more weapons. Because here's the thing. We talked about the pass rush that the Saints have, right? One of the ways you can slow that down, obviously, is running the football. Okay, how good is our offensive line going to be? How much can we run the football? And if you get behind and you have to throw it, you need London as a weapon, because you're not having to block long enough for him to, truck downfield. You need to block just long enough for him to run his pattern and throw it up to him a little bit and let him use that size and catch radius and all those kinds of things. You need London on the field Sunday. And I am a little bit worried. And I know what you're all going to comment. Oh, don't worry. Okay, the guy missed a month of practice, and he's your first-round draft pick. A month of practice. And he didn't play in the preseason. There's 5 snaps. That part doesn't bother me. But a month of practice and training camp, that does bother me. And not everybody, look, we'll talk about more about this in a second, but he's your first-round draft pick, 8th overall draft pick. You can't slow work that guy in, with all due respect, to what your roster is. Your roster isn't good enough to slow work in the number 8 pick overall. You've got to get him cranked up and going. Now, we'll talk more about this in just a second. But first, let me talk about my friends over at Built Bar. Built.com is the place to go. You know how much we've bragged on these protein-infused marshmallow puffs, right? Well, they have their newest flavor out, the cookie dough chunk puffs. Light, chewy texture, real cookie dough chunks in there, and then covered in 100% real chocolate. Go to Built.com today. Check out their menu of all the different Built bars that they've got, the marshmallow puffs, the regular protein bars. Everything is designed to be high protein, low calorie. These chocolate or these cookie dough chunk puffs are 160 calories with 15 grams of protein in them. So you're looking for a quick, easy snack, something that doesn't overload you on sugar, something that doesn't have too many calories, things like that. The marshmallow infused protein puffs, that's the perfect thing to go for. So head to Built.com today. And when you get there, go through their menu, put your order together. And when you get to checkout, use that promo code LOCKEDON15, LOCKEDON15, LOCKEDON, the number 1, the number 5. Use LOCKEDON15 as your promo code at checkout, and you get 15% off your order simply by using the promo code LOCKEDON15. Head to Built.com today, check out their wide range of products, put your order in, and save 15% off. So then in his press conference, Arthur Smith was talking about, he was asked about rookies and workload and all this kind of stuff. Well, you got to work guys in and, fatigue and injury and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear any of that. Jamar Chase last year, who was the 5th pick. So I know that there's this cavernous gap that you're going to tell me about 5 and 8 in the NFL. He played 17 games, 128 targets, 81 catches, 1,455 yards. I don't want to hear about working guys in. We ain't got time for that. We're trying to win football games. You guys told me we're trying to win football games. The coaches are telling me we're trying to win football games. I can't slow work my number 8 draft pick in. So, I don't understand the gamesmanship. What are you gaining by this? You're not fooling the Saints. Saints are prepping and preparing for Drake London. Get your fans excited. Arthur talked yesterday. He was on a radio station. He was talking yesterday about, we're going to get the fans in. Okay, well, don't be coy about your first-round draft pick. You want to get people in the stands and excited, say, London's look good, practicing, he's ready to go. Don't tell me you're waiting until Saturday. Don't tell me about workload management. Jesus, what is this, the NBA? I got to load manage guys? Run them out there. Let's go. Huck it up to them. Let's go. Jamar Chase was 17 games, 1,455 yards. I want to go at it. Let's go. I want him to be my guy. But don't tell me about Saturday, workload management. Tell the fans what we want to hear. Even if it's BS, what difference does it make? You're giving me BS now. Tell me that London has had 2 good days of practice. Don't worry, he's ready to go, fans. And you're going to see him in that starting lineup on Sunday. And we're ready to rock and roll against them. Guess what London's going to be on Sunday? Full tilt boogie, baby. Full tilt boogie on Sunday. Tell your fans that. You want them in the stands? You want them to get excited? What doesn't excite fans is, well, he's practiced good, but he's progressing, because you're not fooling the Saints. But what you are doing is raising the questions for your fans about, oh, God, is London going to play? I think he is, but I don't know. They said Saturday, and now they're talking about workload management. Come on. Tell your fans what they want to hear. Let's go. If he's ready, say he's ready. Let's go. Full tilt boogie. I want to hear those words out of Arthur Smith's mouth. Hey, you know what we're going to do Sunday? We're going full tilt boogie. No need to be coy about this. If he's ready, let's go. But the Falcons need him on the field Sunday. They need all the weapons they can get, because we need to win this game. All right, when we come back, it's time for both parties to move on. I'll explain next. Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked on Sports Atlanta.